What is going on, fam? We are back to attack. I remember to say it on a back day. Let's go. It's pull day, baby. So, the agenda for the day. As far as workouts go, I'm kind of not like, I guess you could say kind of deloading a little bit this week. Yesterday we were going a little bit heavy at first. Wasn't super heavy. But I decided to kind of drop the weight a little bit, and go more for a little bit more volume. And I kind of want to do that for the next like 2 workouts, at least. I don't know about after that, because I think the next push day I do plan on doing some push presses, so that should be very fun. But I digress. We're gonna try and keep the volume kind of high today. That being said, might go for some bent over rows with the barbell for the compound movement to start off with, and go for sets of like 12. I think I can still throw around some pretty decent weight. We might get the wraps out for that as well. Just because I don't want to deal with the grip. Now, you guys probably saw me have that little meltdown with the dumbbell curls. Like, I don't like using wraps on dumbbells personally. That's just a me thing. Good Lord, Brad. Good Lord. But I do like using the wraps on like barbell exercises and stuff like that. Definitely a lot more of my forte. And I also sometimes like to use them when I'm doing pull-ups. Should we do some pull-ups today? I'm kind of thinking about it. It really would not be a bad idea to do some pull-ups. We might do some pull-ups today, like with some wraps. I haven't done them in a while. And it's just the hanging aspect of it, Like when you're hanging like that, it's really good for your shoulders. And I really haven't been doing them too much. I try and do some at the end of my stretches. I probably get them in only like a couple times a week. Just some good like 45-second holds. But I have been doing the hanging leg raises on a pretty much daily basis since the last time I told you guys I was going to do that, which is probably about a week ago. So that's helping, but I'm only on that thing for maybe 30 seconds, when I'm doing that. Because I only do like 1 set. I'm just trying to make sure I'm being pretty consistent with that. Because the whole point of doing those is really for my anterior pelvic tilt, but you do get the added benefit of the deload on the shoulders. It's kind of like, I'll explain it like this. If you guys have ever heard of those, oh my God, what are those called? Inversion tables? Inversion tables kind of do the same thing, but they hold onto your feet. Whereas if you're hanging from a pull-up bar, especially if you're using wraps, you're hanging from your shoulders, and so you get a little bit more from your shoulders. And a lot of people have shoulder problems. Hanging from a pull-up bar has gotten rid of most of my shoulder problems, and I've had quite a few here and there. And it's mainly not from really lifting. I mean, I've had maybe a couple from like just some strains here and there over the years. But I've had like shoulder impingements from MMA fighting before. And probably in a combination with that and lifting, if I'm really being honest. But, you just got to be pretty careful. So that's why I'm also doing those face pulls, because that kind of counteracts that too. Can't really see the light here, but I'm just kind of trying to keep my eye on it. So yeah, we'll make sure we get those face pulls in. I got to remember to warm my wrist up today. I got to do that every day. I really recommend you guys do that too. Like, warm your freaking wrist up. They're really important. But we're about 5 minutes away from the gym. So I'm going to go inside, do all those warm-ups I just literally just talked about, wrist exercises, all that kind of good stuff, and then I will see you guys on bent over rows. Okay, so a few different things right now. I'm on one. I just feel good. I don't necessarily think I'll be lifting super heavy. I may not even go above this. This may be too much, I'll be honest. But the warm-up reps are feeling really good. I got top 100 anime openings in my headset right now. Headphones, whatever you want to call them. I'm feeling good. Here's the craziest thing. No pre-workout today. Actually ran out yesterday. So just running off a caffeine pill. So probably also not going to have a huge pump, more than likely. But especially 3 days into a diet week. But feeling good mentally. So we're going to ride that high. Got 12 of these bad boys. See how they're feeling too. They're feeling good. We may do 15. We'll see. No promises.
I mean, they feel good, but I definitely already need to pull the wraps out, so let's do that. And I am going to be going suicide grip with these, by the way. I always go suicide grip with anything pull, besides deadlifts. Deadlifts are the one exception, I feel like, for me personally. But, you know, it really is just like a you know, what you feel best kind of thing. Everyone's a little different. Oh yeah, those are in there now. That feels good. Whew. That's a good working weight. We're gonna get about 2 more sets of that in. Now, if you guys notice, like, same rep scheme as the legs, 12 reps. Same weight even, I think. But the main difference is how many sets I'm doing. You know, like I was telling you guys on the leg day, need much more volume on your legs. And ways you can do that, you can do more reps in the set, which I did that too. But what I really did is I did 10 sets, you know, 2 warm-up sets, 8 working sets. And that was pretty good. I still feel pretty sore in my quads, specifically this one, wildly enough, and my glutes, but we told you guys that was gonna happen. Another little added benefit about these bent over rows, and you can apply this to deadlifts really too, and to an extent squats too, but they're really core exercises if you really think about it as well. And I kind of count them as that. Like when I do these exercises, I count these as my core stiffening exercises, much like a plank or, you know, side plank, which I do those too. But when it comes down to this kind of stuff, I really try and make sure I'm engaging that core. And that's why I really do not recommend using a belt, you know, 90% of the time, unless you're really trying to, you know, get some weight up there. And that's really only going to be for like 3 reps, 1 rep maxes, you know, stuff like that. If you're doing like anything above 5 reps, I usually don't use a belt. All right. Ooh, starting to get heavy, boys. Ooh. All right, we popped the weight down so I could get maybe a set of 20 in. That would be ideal, but we'll see what happens. Not gonna use the wraps for these, by the way. At a certain weight, they just kind of get in my way, you know? I need that grip. More. 25. Whew. I feel a little bit in my arms, not gonna lie. Back definitely too, but I don't know how. I want suicide grip. I don't know. It felt good. I think I was what I was doing. I think I was kind of at first because I was experimenting a little bit at first, but kind of pulling back. That's definitely what it was. But it felt good, you know. By the way, I need to hit forearms before the day's out too. You guys don't let me forget. But let's get set up for these pull-ups. Ugh. All right, I do kind of have a time limit again today too, which if there's any days that I don't mind there being a time limit necessarily, and by time limit, like I always make sure I have like roughly 2 hours. But, you know, this one's like a strict 2-hour kind of day. But, you know, pull day and push day would definitely be them. Leg day, I like to have the time, you know, just a large amount of muscles we're hitting. But first set, we're gonna not use the wraps because I just wanna see how it feels. This is a fat grip though. So we'll just see how it feels. If I get anywhere between 10 to 20, I'll be happy. If I feel like my grip's starting to give out before I hit 10, I'll get the wraps out, but let's see what we can do. We'll count that. We'll get, what is that, 15? Tell you what, we'll do one more set without the wraps, and then we'll incorporate the wraps on the next 2 sets. Smaller grip, so hopefully it won't give out as fast. Or should we go chin up? Ooh, let's go chin up, because I don't think I'll be able to do that with wraps. I'm happy with 12. It's starting to kind of hurt on the wrists. All right, we're gonna get the wraps out. Come on. I'm trying to go down with those negatives. I got 3 more. Come on. Ooh, and I'm starting to get cooked. All right, last set, no wraps, which might be a bad idea, but we're gonna try and go neutral grip and just see what happens. Okay, at least 10. Come on. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm cooked. I think what we're going to do, you know, just to simplify this workout out a little bit, is I'm just going to do some barbell curls on the rack. I know, get after me about it. But, you know, I'm just going to knock those out real quick. Probably get 5 sets of 10, you know, since we're not doing extra exercises. And then I'll probably do some forearms off camera and, you know, get our cardio and get out of here. All right, I already got the first set done with. So just 1, I wanted to test it out, see how it's feeling. 2, don't want this video to just be terribly too long. But the way I'm doing these today, I'm getting the forward lean and then pull. Just trying to tuck my elbows in. That way my body doesn't get in the way, if that makes sense. 6, 7. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pop some 25s on there. All right, I lied. We're just gonna go ahead and try 45s out, see how they're feeling. The 10 felt fine, but I understand this is a much bigger weight than that. But let's just see how it's feeling. I mean, I know I'm swinging a little bit, but I feel it. I mean, I feel it pulling on my bicep pretty good, especially on that negative. Because the thing is, like, those negatives are really what's doing a lot of that muscle growth. So, you know, the heavier you can keep a negative, you know, obviously you need to drop the weight sometimes too. But I've already done 2 sets of that, so. Come on. See how I'm pushing out like that? It's putting a lot of it on the biceps. Yeah, let's drop the weight. All right. Last set with just the bar. Stay lean forward. Try standing straight up with that. This feels like nothing now compared to like the other weight. pretty good burn though. Whew, all right. My arms are toasted. My back feels pretty toasted. My core feels like it's been hit. Not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and get some, like I said, I'm gonna get some wrist curls and stuff done. But after that, get a pose out done. I'll do some cardio and then we'll get the fuck out of here. Hopefully y'all can see from this angle. Your boy is tired, I ain't even gonna lie. Just out of it. But let's go ahead and see what we got going on. Jesus. I had a hard time taking that freaking hoodie off, man. It's freaking tight. Forearms are pumped. For sure. Like, I can feel it just by holding on to this thing. They need to be rolled out, really. Hopefully this is a good enough angle. I was too tired to really work on it. Jeez. The forearms are fucked. Something I think I noticed this workout, especially with the pull-ups, I think this lat's lacking. I'm starting to notice it's harder to flex it for me. I tried to focus on it actually. I noticed it when I was pulling, like something was a little bit different. So sounds like next pull day, one arm lat pull downs or pullovers. So we'll probably get those in. But let's actually take a look at the back. Man, I'm burnt. I don't know why. Today in particular. Maybe it was just a good workout. A lot of compound stuff. It's probably why. Now that I think about it, everything was pretty compound today. Ooh, hurt my neck when I turn my head like that. We good? Yeah? Just popped in it like that. All right, like I said, your boy's tired, so let's go ahead and finish up today's workout. I'm gonna go get my cardio in, I'm gonna stretch, then I'm gonna go get some fucking food.
All right, done with the workout. We back. Oh, your boy is fucking exhausted. That cardio hit me much harder than I have anticipated. But overall, really fucking good workout, I've got to say. I do feel like I burnt a lot of energy on a lot of those compound movements, you know? So, I don't know. Again, my brain is just so dead, dude. I can't even think of what to say. Oh, man. All I'm thinking about right now is just food. It's like the same thing every day, man. I am hungry. I was literally thinking about food when I was doing that cardio. I was like, oh man, just getting some chicken and rice. Simple as chicken and rice, man. I'm trying to remember what the seasoning I use is called. It's a low sodium seasoning. I use low sodium soy sauce as well. But what is that called? I cannot remember. It's not Mrs. Dash. I use that too. What is that shit called? I think I got it off of TikTok. Like I got the idea from TikTok. Because the dude who makes this seasoning actually has like a TikTok account that he posted on, and that's where I saw it. And they also sell it in the store, so I snagged some. And it's good shit. I just can't remember what the name of it is. Super good. I mix it with my chicken and my beef. Just can't remember what the fuck it's called. I'll try and remember. I'll try and take a look at it. I literally used it last night. But it goes great with ground chicken. Like honestly, like I throw some garlic. I'd throw a little bit of garlic powder, some sea salt, and whatever the fuck that seasoning's called. And I throw that into a, the chicken and then the rice. And then I don't even need to put anything on it. Sometimes if I have the calories, I'll throw some ranch in there. But I don't think we have any ranch at home. I think we need to actually get some groceries. So that should be on the agenda. As far as like what I'm going to try and get at the grocery store. I don't know, more beef and rice. The rice is pretty simple. I kind of want to get some protein bars again, man. I am kind of missing those just a little bit. They're just kind of expensive, but they're a nice treat in my opinion. I do enjoy them. It's just whey protein. I like, if you guys are wondering what kind I like to use, I definitely, as far as like cost effectiveness goes, and they should have this at Walmart or Kroger, wherever you shop at. But I like to get pure protein bars. You can also get them on Amazon too. I didn't think about that. I think they're probably cheaper if you get it on Amazon. But they're good, man. I can't remember what flavor I usually get. There's one flavor, I think it's like salted caramel. Like maybe peanut salted caramel or something like that. I can't remember, but it tastes like a Snickers bar. It's pretty damn good. It hits the fucking spot after a workout. And sometimes what I'll do is a little trick. I need to do this because this sounds fucking delicious right now. Borderline want to stop by the store and pick this some up. Getting some Halo Top ice cream, which if you guys don't know what Halo Top is, it's like a higher protein ice cream. It's not bad. It's definitely not like, you know, I wouldn't eat it all the time, but I mean, you can definitely fit it into a diet for sure. You can fit anything into a diet, guys, as long as you're tracking your calories. Just make sure everything's all set. But one thing I wanted to note is what I'll do is I'll put the protein bar, depending on what flavor it is, but I'll put it in the microwave for about 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and man, it's a game changer. And then, you know, pair that with some Halo Top ice cream. Oh, bro, that is dessert. Like, especially when you're dieting, bro. Like, if you guys are dieting correctly and you're burning fat, you're gonna be fucking starving. And here's the best thing about starving, guys. I say starving, but like being hungry, actually hungry, not bored, is that everything tastes phenomenal. Like, everything's flavor comes out much more. So I have something I like to tell people, because I've trained like chefs in the past, and they would use the excuse of like, you know, I'm just tasting stuff all day. Like I can't track it and stuff like that. I was like, or I've got to be able to taste it and stuff like that. Well, I argue that if you are on a diet, you'll be able to taste it even better, because the flavors just come out a lot more, if that makes sense. I don't even know if I'm making sense at this point, man. I'm so tired for some reason. I think it's just because a lot of those exercises we did were compound as hell. Like, they were pretty damn compound. So, like, when we think about it, obviously they've been over rows. Like, we went over that in the workout. But, like, you go back and you think about pull-ups, like, using a large amount of muscle groups, like your lats, especially when I did the chin-up variation, hitting a little biceps there. Definitely the forearms got fucking pumped on everything. Everything. Like, my forearms are not as pumped now, but when I was showing you guys during the pump out, dude, like, they were fucking pumped up. I could feel it. And then, you know, we went over to the curls, and we actually did, like, I will say I am using a lot of back with those curls. I've got to say that. But that's also, like, the least of my worries on a pull day. You know what I'm saying? Because here's two things to it. In my eyes, it's just a bicep curl variation, right? As long as it's done with intent, which it was intentional. I do those all the time. It is very intentional. As long as it's done with intent, it's still fine. And the thing I like about doing those is, you know, one, they're compound, so I'm using a lot more muscle groups at one time. Two, you can kind of throw around some heavy weight, and it's pretty low risk. You know, if you feel like anything's wrong, it's like one of those exercises you can literally just let go of the weight and you'll be okay. You know, so you can sling some weight around and not worry about getting yourself hurt really with that exercise, unless you're like, you know, unless you're just like curving your back out, you know. But, you know, again, guys, you shouldn't be using the same weight you're doing like with bent over rows, you know. So if you are, that is probably too heavy. Like, I obviously wasn't doing 225 like I was with the bent over rows. So your core should be fine. And it just feels good, man. Like, as far as the pump goes, I feel like I get a good bicep pump from it. That's one of my bigger parts of my body anyways. My biceps have never been really an issue for me. Now, as I cut down, you know, we'll see. Everything's going to depend on what happens during the bulk, you know? So it's all a waiting game at this point. But I'm excited, man. I am excited about the bulk, because the thing that's scary about the bulk for me is I'm not used, and this is what's going to be so interesting for me, guys. This is why I'm really excited about it. I've never really stayed in a constantly fed state prior to being in fitness. You know, I've kind of always dieted since I was 16, which is not preferred. But again, guys, when you're getting into MMA stuff, you kind of have to, it's different, like the weight cuts and stuff. Not healthy either. I'm not saying that at all. It's just part of the sport. It's a known problem in the sport. But what I will say is that I think, you know how I am on my cheat days, if you guys notice, like my energy's a lot higher and almost to the point that it like frustrates me. I've talked about that a little bit. I feel like my body just can't keep up as much my body can't keep up as much as my mind's wanting to go. And so I'm really interested to see how that's going to play. Because I think there's two parts of that I think that are affecting me. One, I'm probably ADHD. You know, I don't talk about this too much, but when I was a kid, I was diagnosed ADHD. I don't know how now that I'm thinking about it and I'm talking about it, it probably is accurate. But it happened during an age when like they were just handing out Ritalin to kids all the time. They were diagnosing kids all the time. So I'd like to really, go to a therapist or something, see what's really going on all up in here. But, when I have high energy, I kind of feel like I'm bouncing off the fucking wall sometimes, mentally, like stuff frustrates me and stuff like that. So I don't know. There's an aspect of that. Another aspect of that is I think with the, because obviously the more calories you're going to have, the extra carbs, I'm going to have more energy, yada, yada, yada. But also the testosterone boost I'm probably going to have from that. Because I'm still only 26 years old, guys. Like, I'm in my prime, as far as like, in my prime as far as like age goes and like muscle building and stuff like that. The prime is usually between the ages of like 25 to, actually it's probably younger than that. It's probably like 18. No, I mean, I hate to say 18 because that's so young. It's like right when you're getting into your, I would say anywhere between 21 to like 33. Because at 21, you're pumping out some testosterone, for guys at least, and girls, we're all hormonal, but especially guys, you're really pumping out some testosterone in those ages. And once you get past 30, it starts kind of, 33, 35, it starts really starting to decline. And it's just a downhill slope from there. That's why they have TRT and stuff like that. But I'm very interested to see how this bolt goes. But, I've talked about that enough. We're home. It's time to end the ding-a-dong. Boy, dude, this is A+ content for you guys, is it not? Like, dude, I'm so tired I can't say anything at all. Like, I'm just in a constant state of bleh. But we're home. Time to get some food in. Appreciate you guys watching the video. See you guys next time. Peace.